Hello again, this is a U2A5 video for grade 9 academic math online for Thames Valley District School Board. I'm Mr. Lubos once again, and this is Time to Solve, I believe it's called, so it's solving equations. First thing I want to do is play around with the equal sign, show the power of the equal sign. If you have an equal sign, it's pretty interesting stuff here. So if I have 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, we know that's true. What you can do is move numbers or letters eventually cross the equal sign, and as long as you obey the rules of crossing the equal sign, you can move things back and forth and keep this to be true. So we do know that 3 plus 2 is 5, so if I have 3 dots and I have 2 dots, it's the same as having 5 dots, right? Or whatever you want to use. But what I want to show you here is if you take something and move it across the equal sign, as long as you apply the opposite operation that's going on one side, you'll keep this truth here, this truth maker here, this equal sign. You'll allow it to do its job, and the equation will stay true. So, for example, if I want to get rid of this 2, I ask myself, what is the 2 doing on this side of the equal sign? And it's adding. So when I bring it across the equal sign, all I have to do is change what it's doing to the opposite operation. So it was adding on the left. I bring it across. Now it's subtracting, and I still have truth on the equal sign. So I have 3 is equal to 5 minus 2, which is 3. Well, we know that's true. The same thing happens with multiplying and dividing. So if I have 2 times 7 is equal to, I don't know, let's go 28 divided by 2. Okay, each of these are worth 14, and I have a 2 on this side, a 7 on this side, 28 and a 2 on this side. If I want to get rid of this 7, for example, it's multiplying this side of the equal sign. When I bring it across the equal sign, I need to divide. So if I go 28 divided by 2 divided by 7, or times 1/7, another way to talk about it, I have 28. Now I have 28 times 1 over 2 times 7, which is 28 divided by 14, which is 2. So I have 2 is equal to 2 again. 2 and 2. So that's the power of the equal sign, and that's why we can do all the things we're about to do. So, very simple. If we just want to start off with, oh, that's an ugly looking x. If I just want to start off with something like 2 plus x is equal to 5, that means 2 plus something is equal to 5. I think we know the answer is 3, but if you want to solve this equation using the power of the equal sign, what you're going to do is keep your letters on the one side and move all your numbers on the other. So at the end, what you want is your letter is equal to something, or your variable is equal to something, and you get rid of everything that's on the same side as the letter. So I have a 2 on this side, and the 2 is adding to the x. So I could rewrite this as x plus 2 if I wanted to. And when I bring it across, I need to subtract. So that is x is equal to 3. Now, some people like to do it like this and do everything you do on the left side. So I'm going to do the same question here. Everything you do on the left side, you do the right side. So you have a 2 on this side. To get rid of the 2, you're going to have to subtract 2. And then I'm going to have to subtract 2 here. And then when I look at this, I have 2 subtract 2. That disappears. So I have x plus 0 is equal to 5 minus 2, which is 3. X is equal to 3. And how do we know we're right? Well, you go back and you do what we call left side equals right side check. So you have 2 little things here, two statements here. You have 2 plus x on the left side, and here you have 5. And once you have your answer of x plus 3, you go back and you sub in x 3 for x, and you see if that's true. You see if that's equal to the right side. So 2 plus 3 is 5. And now I have left side is 5, right side is 5. Left side equals right side. Happy face. It's true. Okay. If this doesn't happen, if you get 7 is equal to 5 or something like that, well, that's not true. And you either made a mistake on your check, or you made a mistake over here trying to get the right answer. So that's the start to solving equations. But let's make it a little harder. 3x plus 2. Let's make this a bit more difficult. Is equal to 9. Okay. At the end, I want x is equal to something, a number. And I got to get rid of all of these things that are on the same side of as the x. So what you do is you start as far away from the x as possible. So the 2 is farther away than the 3, and you get rid of the 2. And you say, what's the 2 doing on this side? It's adding, so when I bring it across, I need to subtract. So now I have 3x is equal to 7. So if 3x is equal to 7, 3 is multiplying with x on the left. So when I bring the 3 across, I need to divide. Now, division is the same written, so I could write it like this: 7 divided by 3. Or usually what we end up doing is leaving it as a fraction. Okay, so we write 7 over 3 as 7 divided by 3. Same thing, but now I have 7/3, and now 7/3 is my answer. Now, if this is a decimal that terminates, I could write it as a decimal, but in this case I can't because this is what, 2.66666666 repeating, so I have to leave it as a fraction. Let's do a left side, right side check real quick. And I go 3 times 7/3 plus 2, and that's 21 over 3 plus 2. 21 over 3 is 7 plus 2, and that's 9. It's equal to 9. I ran out of room. And the right side is 9. Left side equals right side. Check mark. Good. Let's keep going with a little more complicated stuff here. I can go to the next step, next level. Let's switch this up. I'm getting sick of the green. Let's go red. I might have something like this. 2x minus 1 is equal to 22 minus x. Now I have variables on both sides. So the first thing you want to do is put your variables on one side. So you bring a little strategy here also. So I have 2x on this side. I have minus x on this side. You can bring this on this side. The 2x is adding on the left, so I can bring it across and subtract it over here. Or I can bring the negative x over here, and it's subtracting on the right, and bring it to the left, it'll add. What you probably want to do is use a little logic here and forward thinking, and move the one that is going to leave you with a positive x. So if I bring this 2x over here, I'm going to have a bunch of negatives, which is not good. So I'm going to bring the negative x over here. So I got 2x minus x, so this x is coming over here, is equal to, and I'm going to bring this negative 1 over also. This negative 1 is on this side. At the end, I want x is equal to something. Okay, so I got to get rid of this negative 1. It's subtracting on this side. When I bring it across, it's going to add. So I have this. Actually, let me change the question. I'm going to cheat. Okay, let's change this to a plus. Okay, so now let's pretend we can rewind time, and we have 2x plus 1 is equal to 22 minus x. So when I bring that plus 1 over, this is cheating, but that's okay. It'll make our lives easier. I bring that over here, and it becomes 22 minus 1. Now, I made a bit of a mistake here because when I brought this negative x over, it was subtracting on this side, so now it has to add on this side. Okay, so 2x plus x is equal to, oh my lord, no thank you. 2x plus x is equal to 22 minus 1. So now I have, here, I have 3x is equal to 21. Okay, 2x plus x is 3x. 22 minus 1 is 21. Now I have 3 times x, or 3x is equal to 21. I want to get rid of the 3. So it's multiplying on the one side. I divide on the other side. X is equal to 21 over 3. In this case, it's equal to 7. Okay, you can do a check after, and to confirm that that is correct. Now, the last one I want to do here is the hardest. Okay, let's talk about dividing. So if I have x equals 5, x divided by 5 is equal to 10, or x over 5 is equal to 10. We know that this is going to be 50. Okay, so something divided by 5 is equal to 10. So the answer is going to be 50. So when you have a 5 on this side with the x, so there's x and a 5. I want to get rid of the 5. It's dividing here, so when I bring it across, I got to multiply. Okay, multiplying goes with division. They're opposite operations, so x is equal to 50. Okay, and I go back and check, left side, right side, and I get 50 over 5 on this side, and then I get, that's 10, and the left side, right side was 10, and left side equals right side. Happy face, etc. Okay, that's great. What gets complicated is when you have multiple fractions in a question. So if you have something like this, 1/3 a is equal to 1/6 a plus 3. Okay, now we got a bit of an issue. We got to clean this whole thing up. Okay, there's a couple ways to do this. I'm going to start off by collecting my like terms first. I'm going to bring all my a's over. So I have 1/3 a subtract 1/6 a plus is equal to plus 3. Okay, so my equal sign stays there. I'm going to bring this guy over. It's adding to the 3 on this side. So when I bring it across, it's subtracting. So 1/3 a subtract 1/6 a is equal to plus 3. But I have all these fractions here. Now I can mess around with the fractions, but another way, so I can add these fractions together, 1/3 and 1/6, and get common denominators and figure out how many, what 1/3 plus 1/6 is. But the other thing I can do right now is I can look to get rid of all these fractions in one big move. And what I do then is I look at what is the lowest common multiple of these guys here, the 6 and the 3. So what is the lowest number that 3 and 6 both go into? And so to do that, you can take your 3 and say to yourself, what are the multiples of 3, and then figure out are they multiples of 6. And I think this is an easy one. 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 times 1 is 6, so we're good. So we know that the lowest common multiple of 3 and 6 is 6. So then you're going to multiply everything by 6. So 6 times 1/3 a, and I put a bracket or not there, subtract 6 times 1/6 a is equal to, and you got to multiply this side by 6 also, 6 times 3, or 3 times 6, doesn't matter. And when you do that, you get 6 times 1, so that's 6 over 3a minus 6 over 6a is equal to 18. And that's 2a subtract 1a is equal to 18. A is equal to 18. Is that right? I don't know. Let's go back and check. Left side, right side. Okay, so left side, right side, you're going to throw in, we'll go to the original, 1/3 times 18 is equal to 1/6 times 18 plus 3. Now, I hope this is right. 1/3 times 18 is 6. 1/6 times 18 is 3. Plus 3 is equal to 6. Got to mess around with the right side this time, and left side is equal to right side. Okay, so that's everything. That's a little bit tricky. Try this one again. Look over this one again, and good luck, and I hope you are enjoying everything so far. Okay, so take care. Bye.